Hey everyone, Liz here, post burn review. I've got 5 candles for you today, starting off with mint chocolate. I was very excited for this. This was a new candle for me, loved it on cold sniff. It is awesome. Really enjoyed this candle. This really filled up the whole house. I could smell it as soon as I lit it. I would light it and then just a few minutes later, I could just totally smell it clear across the room. So minty, so chocolatey, so creamy. Really, really happy with this candle and will be purchasing it again. I would say this was, a 9 or a 10. I'm sorry, an 8 or a 9. They obviously can't all be 10s, but I like a strong candle, and the mint and the chocolate were really, really there for me. This was awesome. Changed my mind on some things that I was going to sell and then not sell. I ended up getting rid of that key lime pie. 2 of the coconut candles. I let go of Tahitian coconut and copper coconut. They just smelled too soft for me to even give them a chance. I will say I had them all in a pile to go, and I was going to take a picture to send to the lady who usually comes and picks them up. This was in the pile to go. I told you guys I wasn't going to keep this almond. But then when before I snapped the picture, I took one last sniff, and I was like, this actually doesn't smell as weak as I remember it being. I have gone back and forth with this candle so much. So I would say to you, don't listen to me on this review. If this is something that you're really, interested in trying, just try it. I go back and forth like crazy. Is it body care? Is it a little soapy? Or is it biscotti? Am I getting baked good? I'm swaying back and forth constantly between that. I've burned this, 2 or 3 times now. Totally fills the house. I have to give this throw a total 8. However, it's a very soft scent. So for me, even though I can smell it clear across the house, it was almost like annoying me what like a soft, lovely smell it was. I want something, that's just me, just my personality. So, I changed my mind on cold sniff. It was really, I was like, this smells a little potent. Sweet almond blossom, vanilla orchid, sandalwood, and essential oils. I honestly, too, I don't get the sandalwood there. I've heard other reviewers say that this is super, super strong on the sandalwood. I'm not really getting that. So I won't buy this again, but I gave it a try. I think a lot of people would actually enjoy this candle. This is a nice one to just have something soft in the house with clients. This is just not for me. It's slightly sweet, but not, I like a sweet, juicy candle. If it's gonna be sweet, give me that fruit. So this is almost kind of weird. I don't know, weird for it to be sweet. Speaking of sweet, I already told you guys that I did like this candle, but I burned it a couple more times now. Love. Love, love, love. This is so something that I never would have thought that I would have liked. But I really enjoy it. We'll definitely get another one. This is a 9.5 throw. It's a 10. It's a 10. It completely fills the house. I can smell it when it's at the opposite end of the house burning. Very happy with this candle. It just, it's that sweet, sugary, what is it, like a sugar glaze, a vanilla glaze, and rose. This was a real surprise for me, and I will definitely pick up another one. Let's see, pineapple crumb cake. This, heavy on the bakery, so heavy on that like buttery crumb, the crumble, crusty, on that baked good. That's definitely in the forefront here. Pineapple, afterthought. So I personally would just like a juicy pineapple candle. But I think, you know, in the springtime, where it's definitely still kind of sweater weather, it's too soon for me to be burning those fruits like that. So this was really nice. I've only burned it once. I was very happy with the throw. I'd give this an 8. But yeah, more on the butter and less on the fruit, but I was okay with that. And I would probably buy this again. This was a different candle for me. So I was happy there. And then currently at the moment I am burning the hot fudge sundae. It's yummy. It smells just like it did on the cold sniff, where I'm getting that super, super chocolate. The other notes here were, I believe, vanilla ice cream and whipped cream. So those are like, you know, super light fragrances. So that chocolate is definitely the one that's forward. This is a softer scent, but that chocolate is really nice. Definitely smelling the chocolate. I actually let this burn for, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half as I ran and did some errands. And then when I came home, as soon as I opened the front door to the house, I could smell it. I'm happy with that. So even though this is a softer scent, I definitely prefer it over the softness of the almond. Just because, you know, that chocolate's doing it for me. And then lastly, just kind of wanted to show you guys, I told you in one of my earlier videos that I make candles with leftover wax. The cinnamon caramel swirl started getting really icky at the bottom of that candle. I just, you know, chunked up the wax and then threw it into here. Sometimes, this doesn't look super pretty. You can see that it's actually got a couple different waxes in there. Sometimes I blend them all together. This happened to be, I poured the first one, then a couple days later I added the second on top of it. So this is the cinnamon caramel swirl and fireside marshmallow. So those two scents go well together. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 in here. And I just throw this into my bathroom. My husband was really, really sweet and got me this mold and these wicks so that I could make candles with. These wicks are, I would say, as thick as what you're generally getting in a Bath and Body Works candle. I don't know if you can kind of see how thick it is there. But it's far too thick for this mold. Actually, this is way too much wick for a votive. So I had made a couple of them. You just pour the hot wax into here, pop it in the fridge, and then as soon as it kind of solidifies, you just pull on the wax and it pops right out. But this is just, it's too thick of a wick for this size, and it gets really, really hot, and the flame gets out of control. It does much, much better in a size, you know, this is, you know, much bigger. So that was a learning curve there. And so I will probably add another little bit of wax on top of this and then trim the wick, and then that will, you know, that will last me a few days in the bathroom. So just kind of wanted to show that to you guys. All right, I will be back next time with more post burns. My purchasing power is really slowing down with that steady hold of $14.50 for candles. Not interested in buying candles at that price point, even after the 20% off, which I can usually get my hands on. You know, I think it's coming to, I think it was either $11.60 or $12.60. But then I've got to pay, you know, $6 shipping to get things here. So the more I buy, the less the shipping is, you know, because I'm dividing that 6 by all the candles. But yeah, I'm just gonna pause for a while. I've got some fruities to kind of get me through when the warm weather starts coming. Yeah, I think I'll probably have a 1 or 2 more post burns, and then I might fade off for a while, just because I do, you know, generally slow down in the summertime anyways. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed. Later.